Like and subscribe right now, or the spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. When it comes to describing babies, words like cute, little, and maybe adorable might be what comes to your mind right away. You wouldn't expect vocabulary like unusual to be in the same sentence talking about these adorable little guys. However, in this video, we've compiled a couple of cases where a few babies from different places all over the world were born in quite a special way. Please hang in there for the great content about to come your way. Okay, let us get right to it. Number 1. Real-life Benjamin Button. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button must have arguably been one of the greatest movie releases of 2008. For those unfamiliar with the movie, it was about a guy who used to age in reverse. Yeah, you heard that right. He looked older when young and became younger when older, if that makes any sense. This is closely similar to Benjamin Button's case, only that it misses a few details here and there. When Bayezid Hossein was born, his parents were completely astonished by how he looked. He looked like he had no flesh, but only bone and skin. The doctors were also out of words for this. Now, at 4 years of age, the quite playful Bayezid looks like a middle-aged or rather old man. He's suffering from a rare medical condition that doctors and those involved haven't cracked the code on yet. Number 2. Peter Pan of Korea. A free-spirited and mischievous young boy who can fly and never grows up. That would most definitely be Peter Pan, without a doubt, except that he's only a fictional character. This guy, however, might be a real-life Peter Pan. Check this out. If there was a price on guessing how old he was, then I'm very sure most people would go home empty-handed. Everything about him physically may suggest that he might be about 10 years old. But surprisingly, he's a 26-year-old man who hasn't aged even a bit for 10 years now. I would like to see the waiters or waitresses' faces when he orders alcohol and shows them his ID card, or the police officer's face when he drives a car and shows them his driver's license. Number 3. The World's Strongest Boy. Richard, who was born in a small Ukrainian town, immigrated to the United States with his parents when he was just 2 years old, settling in Pennsylvania. A year later, he began training there in both martial arts and bodybuilding, utilizing small, light weights to help enhance his muscles. Richard started doing well. The family made another risky relocation to California in 1999, risking everything once more in the pursuit of a better life. Soon after, the media began to pay attention to Richard's exceptional development and the young age at which he was making these strides. Richard met his first manager during these early media moments, when he was rightfully dubbed Little Hercules, the strongest guy in the world. Richard was raised in a somewhat unusual way. It's not surprising that he chose to abandon his violent father's way of life. Following his father's prison sentence, Richard was also given a judge-ordered prohibition against lifting weights for the remainder of his childhood. He's now over 30 years old and has made strides in Hollywood as a stuntman in movies. He may not be the little Hercules anymore, but what matters is that he's happy after all. Number 4. Ben Underwood, Echolocation. I've never seen anyone possess so many talents. Look at the way he shoots the basketball into the net and never misses. The way he rides that bicycle down the street is so satisfying. From the way he does it, he must be having a great time. From the way he does his things, it would be close to impossible to tell that he's completely blind. Yeah, Ben Underwood, who's blind, uses the human echolocation technique to locate items and almost seems to see them by making clicking noises with his mouth and listening for the echoes of those objects. Cool, right? Ben, the boy who sees with sound, developed this extraordinary talent over many years of practice. Many animals, including dolphins and bats, utilize echolocation to navigate their surroundings, and many blind individuals can hear echoes to some extent. But scientists claim that Ben has a remarkable capacity to move about in his blind surroundings. As the youngster who saw without eyes, Ben Underwood rose to fame and was even mentioned in People magazine and on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Sadly, Ben Underwood passed away on January 19, 2009, at the age of 16, from the same cancer that had also taken his eyesight. Number 5. Chinese Fish Boy. No, they don't call him a fish boy because he likes to swim or eat fish for that reason. This guy's got a rare skin condition that makes him appear to have scales all over his body. I know you'd freak out if you ran into this guy anywhere. You don't have to worry that much though, because this guy can't harm you in any way. It's not like he has some superpower to shoot lasers at you or something. He's suffering and needs urgent medical attention for his skin to hopefully heal someday. Anyway, I think that guys should stop calling him Fish Boy, for it's kind of offensive, don't you think? He's quite a normal human being, just like us, except that he has a deadly skin condition and needs help and love from us. Number 6. Real-life mermaid. There are people out there who are born differently, perhaps, or with deformities never seen before. This one, however, is a special case that would take your heart away, I guarantee it. The story of Shiloh Pepin left many in tears of both pain and pity. She was born with one leg, or perhaps the two legs combined. She was a natural wonder, and it turns out she had a sense of humor when expressing herself. With her legs attached as one, she had an appearance close to that of a mermaid, therefore earning the nickname. She became the world's sweetheart before dying after being ill for some time. Number 7. The world's smallest child. The smallest girl in the entire world would be Charlotte Garside. Even though she was born 4 weeks early, she was no bigger than a credit card. You can imagine how tiny that is. She's so small that she could possibly fit inside a trouser pocket. I'm not sure. What I'm sure about, though, is that little Charlotte has a form of dwarfism that's so rare that the doctors don't have a name for it yet. She, however, seems to be living quite a normal life, despite what most people would imagine. She might be around 13 or 14 years old at the moment, and she might just be the most optimistic girl in the world, apart from being the tiniest one, too. She's now the size of a normal newborn baby, and as such, she wears newborn baby clothes. Her sisters dress her up in doll dresses and shoes, and she fits just perfectly in them. She's so lucky to have such a loving family. Number 8. Tessa Evans. Isn't it ironic that many people want a smaller nose but don't realize how lucky they are to even have one? This little girl was born without one, and she's living her best life yet. Having undergone 2 surgeries to implant a special 3D nose, she awaits yet another one, and she's in every way optimistic that she's going to rock her new nose. I bet she will. Tessa, perhaps, is an inspiration to us all, to keep us smiling despite what we have as shortcomings in our life. Such a gorgeous girl with an astounding outlook on life. Number 9. 300 teeth. You probably had a set of 20 baby teeth like the majority of individuals, and when they fell out, 32 adult teeth sprouted in their place. John Chris, a 9-year-old Filipino from Cebu, isn't typical of most people. He has 300 teeth to begin with. Although it may seem strange, it does indeed occasionally occur. He suffers from hyperdontia. The disorder is characterized by the presence of extra teeth or teeth that develop beyond the normal amount of teeth. They may manifest in any region of the dental arch and may have an impact on any dental organ. Pretty scary, I must say. It would seem that the 9-year-old's illness would make life difficult for him, but the opposite is true. He only attends school daily, but his teachers also say that he performs exceptionally well in the classroom. He hopes to become a civil engineer someday. All the best for this little guy. Number 10. The world's most beautiful girl. Talk of beauty, talk of style, talk of anything relating to that, and this little girl wouldn't miss out on any of those lists. Born in Moscow, Russia, this girl caught the world's attention with her out-of-this-world beauty. At quite a young age, she has already achieved quite a milestone thanks to her beauty and charm. She's done some acting over the years and now modeling, and she's proven brilliance in both. It's safe to say that she's born for the camera and TV screens because this little sweet girl knows how to turn heads and hypnotize you without any effort or struggle of any kind. Just her face, which has beauty written all over it, will capture anyone's attention. What a miracle baby! Until next time, adios.